Okay, so we've got a half an hour class today focusing just really on our hamstrings. So it's going to be a lot of stretching. We're going to get into it quite quickly as well. So if you are someone that knows that your hamstrings really feel like they're about to pop and they're about to snap when you work on them, I would suggest you do a few stretches beforehand, maybe even check out the stretching for the hamstrings in your members area beforehand, because that's going to give you a nice bit of a head start as well. Okay, if you're ready, come all the way down to your backs, fully lying down, hands away from the body, palms facing up. Allow those feet to fall out to the sides. Nice big inhales and exhales. And just allow yourself to settle in here. Grow nice and heavy. Feeling that belly rising and falling. Really, with that exhale, notice any areas of tension and just let go of those so that you can completely come back to this stillness, this heaviness. Notice if your jaw is clenched, maybe you give it a bit of a wobble, release that tension. Maybe open your jaw, close your jaw. Okay, coming into a big old stretch first thing, coming into a hamstring stretch. Absolutely eyes open, eyes closed, whatever you want to be. Taking the legs out long so they're now touching. Left leg, keep that long on the ground. Bend up the right. Wherever you can grab hold of this right leg is absolutely fine. So whether you grab hold of the big toe with the peace fingers, or you take the calf or the hamstring. If you've even got a strap handy, that could be useful here. Wherever you are, really try to keep this right shoulder grounded into the ground. So if your shoulder is off of the ground, that's just a bit of an indication that you're stretching a little bit too much. So if that's the case, just take your hand further down the leg. Flexing both feet. Remember, flexed foot allows the shins, the calves to activate, allows the quads to activate, allows the hamstrings to lengthen. Don't just pull the toes back, actually flex that whole foot. Breathing here. Absolutely, you can work to a bent knee. Final inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to take this right leg all the way out to the side. Try not to swing out to the right as well. Just try to keep this left leg grounded. Take the right leg out to the side. Keep pulling it in. Keep that tension in the leg and the hand. Keep that left shoulder onto the ground. Keep that left leg onto the ground. Breathing here. Inhale all the way back up again. And then coming into our supine twist. So bending this right leg now, releasing that grip. Rolling onto the outer left hip. Taking the right knee over to the left. Right hand out long, gaze over to the right. Inhale slowly all the way back onto your backs. Other side, right leg long. Pick up that left leg. Maybe the peace fingers go around the big toe, or wherever you can grip onto by keeping that left shoulder into the ground. Both feet flexed. Remembering that breath is your power. You have the power to keep yourself relaxed, to open up the muscles with this nice calming breath rather than the nervousness or feeling of anxiety through this stretch. So really keep the breaths nice and long and calm. Next exhale, take this left leg all the way out to the side nice and slowly so that you don't end up swaying over to the left. Keeping this right shoulder, right leg firmly onto the ground. Again, that leg can absolutely be bent. Next inhale, all the way back up to the sky, just for a second, releasing, coming into that supine twist. So onto the outer right hip, left leg falls over to the right, left arm up long, gaze over to the left. Inhale all the way back onto your backs. Big inhale, reach the fingers and toes as far away from one another as possible. Really big stretch. Roll up into a tiny ball. And then either roll over to one side or rock and roll up your mat through your all fours, straight back into a high plank. Driving the energy through the heels, pushing the mat away. Core is engaged, almost separating the shoulder blades like you're coming into a cat pose. Glutes engaged, quads engaged. Now our yogi high plank is slightly higher with the pelvis than your normal kind of fitness plank, because that creates the space underneath our chest when we do our step throughs and stuff like that. So keep pushing away. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale all the way back. Downward dog, fingers spread really widely. Grounding through the thumb and the index finger. Externally rotating those biceps. Absolutely heels off, knees bent. Tailbone high, core engaged, neck released. Inhale, bring this left leg all the way forward into your low lunge, and then walk that left foot straight out into this lizard lunge. You can have your knee down, hands to the inside of the left leg. Staying here, and then we're going to take some pulses. So we're going to come all the way back into our half splits. So starting to flex through that left leg, straightening that left leg as much as you can, keeping the chest, trying to keep it open. Inhale back to your lizard lunge, dropping through that hip flexor. Inhale, stretch all the way back, half splits. Inhale back to your lizard lunge. One more time, exhale all the way back, half splits. Inhale, lizard lunge, pushing yourself a little bit here if you feel that you can. Taking the peace fingers around that big toe, so the index finger and the middle finger and the thumb. Taking the right leg out to the side, picking up this left leg all the way to the sky. Now maybe you only come to a bent leg, that is absolutely fine. Drive the heel high, make sure that the wrist and the shoulder are in line. Maybe you gaze up. Final inhale, exhale, take this left leg all the way back, and then spinning all the way around to the right side of the mat into our Skandasana. So both feet are slightly pointed outwards, and then you've got a really nice bend through this left leg, hands out to the side. So you've got this flat back, gaze straight down, long tailbone, long crown of the head. Pulling these feet, the heels in towards one another. That is going to create this nice buoyancy and lift. Breathing here. A lot of fire is needed. Try to calm down that breath. Inhale, bend through the right leg. Take the hands down both sides of that right leg into your low lunge. Pick up the right leg straight back. downward dog. Breathing here, pushing the mat away. Inhale, pick up your right leg, bring it straight through, low lunge to lizard lunge. Knee down, that left knee down, toes untucked. Pushing the mat away here in your lizard lunge, feeling that stretch down the left hip flexor. And then exhaling, flexing the right foot, straightening through the right leg as much as you can, reaching forward into your half splits. Inhale, back to your lizard lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, lizard lunge. Exhale, splits. Try to keep that chest onto the thigh as much as possible. Inhale, back to your lizard lunge. Make sure that that left hand, the wrist and the shoulder are in line. Right fingers around the right big toe. Taking the left leg out to the side. Big inhale. See if you can take this leg all the way high. Wherever you get to, really use that underside to push you all the way up. Tuck the pelvis under. Reach the heart high. Draw the shoulder blades together. A really deep stretch, so wherever you get to is perfect. Exhale, bending through that leg, reaching it all the way forward again. Just for a second, and then we're going to come all the way around to the side of the mat. Both feet out to the sides again. Skandasana, right knee bent. Taking the hands out long. Pulling both feet in towards one another so you don't feel like you're really heavy here. Hands out, side. Draw the shoulder blades together. Final inhale. And exhale, hands all the way back to the front of the mat, over that left leg. Planting the hands, picking that left leg up, downward dog. Really nice. One more time, both sides, picking up the left leg, bringing it straight through, low lunge to lizard lunge, keeping off of that right knee now this time. And on your exhale, we're coming back to our high pyramid with our heel off of that right foot, and then flexing the left foot. Inhale, back to your lizard lunge. Exhale, high pyramid, flexing the left toes, keeping on the heel, keeping off the heel of the right foot. Inhale, lizard lunge, keep that chest as much onto the thigh as possible. Inhale, back to your lizard lunge. Now, we're going to be coming into our side plank. If you can, if you really want to push yourself, this is a very advanced posture, so do not worry. Fingers around the big toe of the left hand, coming into our side plank. See if you can extend this leg all the way up to the sky. Expanding through that chest. Breathing here. Final inhale, maybe you're just in your normal side plank. Exhale, left leg all the way down, really nice. This time spinning around to the side. We're coming down into our low Skandasana if possible, if not keeping that high. Left knee bent, right leg extended, hands to heart center. Breathing here, drawing that left elbow into the left knee, flexing through the right toes. Breathing here, really nice. If you can, if you've got the strength, come all the way through without putting your hands down onto the ground to your low lunge with your right knee bent. Plant the hands down. Big inhale, pick up the right foot. Downward dog. Other side. Inhale, right leg forward. Low lunge through to that lizard lunge. Knee off of the ground this time. Exhale, high pyramid, flexing the right toes, left heel off the ground. Try to keep that chest onto the thigh. Keep pulsing here. Inhale through to your lizard lunge. Exhale back into your pyramid. Final time, exhale all the way back, high pyramid. Coming back into your lizard lunge, setting up for your side plank. Maybe you go for that grip, that bind. Big inhale, coming to the outside of that left foot. Taking this right leg high if you can. Breathing here. Pushing the mat away. Exhale, take this right foot all the way back down, spinning around to the side into your Skandasana. Hands to heart center. Again, you go for that high Skandasana, whatever is going to serve you. Breathing here. Again, if you can, no hands, come all the way to the front of the mat, back into that low lunge. Plant the hands, step straight back into your downward dog. Breathing here. And we're just going to come down to our child's pose just for a couple of breaths. Knees together, feet together, sink all the way down, forehead down, hands behind you. Allow the shoulders to drop in. Really feel that breath going through the back and sides of the ribs. Chest expanding, drawing away from the knees. Final inhale. And exhale. Inhale all the way back through your all fours, tuck the toes. Next, exhale, push back to your downward dog. Inhale, left leg all the way forward into your low lunge. Plant the right hand, step this left leg all the way back into your side plank. Left hand high. Maybe that left leg is lifted. Staying here. Really feeling that fire underneath that right side, driving you higher. And then next exhale, take this left leg forward in one big step if you can, all the way up into your warrior two. Making sure that front knee is drawn to the little toe side. Keep the ribs contained, don't flare them out. Inhale, reverse your warrior, sweep that left hand high, straighten through that front leg. And on your exhale, bending through this right knee, coming into our Skandasana again, whether it's high or it's all the way down to the ground, flexing the left toes. Breathing here. Planting this right hand down, so taking that armpit as much as you can in front of that leg. Left hand high, feeling this nice twist. Opening up that chest. Maybe you come into your full bind, taking the hands behind you, but it's only if you can keep this chest open, the left shoulder high. Exhale, fully release. Either walk the hands forward or take the hands off, all the way back into your low lunge, knee bend. Plant the hands down, step straight back to your downward dog. Breathing here. Inhale, pick up the right leg all the way through to the front into your low lunge. Just for a second, planting this left hand down straight under your shoulder. Picking up this right leg, spinning to the outside edge of the left foot. Right hand high into your side plank. Maybe you pick up that top leg. Really feeling that fire underneath the left side. Drawing the shoulder blades together, breathing here. Exhale, right leg all the way forward into your low lunge, setting up for your warrior two. Big inhale all the way up. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, sweep all the way back. Reverse that warrior. Straighten through that front leg. And then exhale all the way down to your Skandasana, bending your left leg. Flexing the right toes, keeping that chest high. Taking that left hand onto the ground. Big inhale, reach the right hand high onto this nice twist. Keep pulling the shoulder blades together. Maybe you come into that full bind, take the hands behind you, but keeping this right shoulder lifting up to the sky. Nice open chest. Next, exhale, completely release wherever you are. Sink the bum down to the ground, nice and slowly if you are in your high Skandasana. And then taking this left leg all the way forward, so we're now completely seated. Coming into our coming into our butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. We're going to come into a nice active stretch and then into a passive stretch. So knees out to the side, take hold of the feet wherever you can, whether it's the feet or the calves. As long as you can pull this chest through, pull the shoulder blades together so you've got a nice straight back. Sit on a block if you need to, roll up your mat. Breathing here. And on your exhale, you're sticking your bum out and you're folding at your hips. Leading with your chest. Maybe your elbows are drawing into your legs to keep them drawing down to the ground. As soon as you start to round your back, just come out of the bend a little bit. So you're really thinking about the length of the crown of the head, away from the tailbone, leading with the chest. Final inhale, really lengthen the crown, stick the bum out, fold at the hips on your next exhale. And then when you can't fold anymore, completely release here. Hanging the head, maybe you take that heel slightly further away from the groin and completely hang out here. Release that head, release the jaw. Feel that stretch going through the back of the neck all the way down to that lower back. Final inhale here, and exhale. Inhale, roll all the way up back to seated, nice and slowly. Taking the knees together, feet just at hips width distance, coming into a reverse tabletop, planting the hands behind us, directly under our shoulders. Feet really grounded. Big inhale, lift your bum up, take it towards the heels, and then draw it all the way up to the sky, drawing the shoulder blades together. Pulling the chest through a nice big stretch down the front of our shoulders, down the front of those hands. Exhale all the way down, 2 more times. Inhale, bum to the heels, draw that pelvis all the way up. Push the hands into the ground. Exhale down. 1 more time, big inhale, drive all the way high. Maybe you want to take the legs long, but keep pushing up, keep driving that pelvis up, activate the glutes. Exhale all the way down, really nice. Knees in if they weren't already. And then slowly sink all the way down, lying back on your back. Coming exactly back into how we started. Taking the right leg long, taking the left leg long, bending the right knee into the chest, grabbing hold of that big toe or the calf or the hamstring. Coming into this hamstring stretch again. Just notice if you do feel a little bit more open in that hamstring now. Keep drawing that right shoulder to the ground. Keep that foot flexed. Exhale, take it all the way out to the side. Keep this left side onto the ground. Keep that left shoulder onto the ground. And then exhale, right foot all the way back up, coming into your supine twist. Taking the right leg out to the left side, onto that left outer hip. Right arm long, gaze towards the right side. Maybe you close down the eyes already. Exhale all the way back onto your back. Coming onto the other side, so right leg long, left leg bent, round, grabbing that big toe or whatever you can on that leg, starting to straighten through as much as is possible for you. Flexing the foot, that is the most important part. Breathing here. Again, just noticing if you feel a little bit more open in the hamstring, it feels a little bit longer. Exhale, take it all the way out to the side. Maybe you gaze over to the right, keeping that right side grounded. Inhale all the way back up. And then coming into your supine twist onto the outer right hip, taking that left knee all the way down. Left hand out long, gaze towards that hand. Keep the left shoulder onto the ground. Breathing here. Final inhale. Exhale, roll all the way over onto your backs. Take any extra movement you feel like you need, maybe a happy baby, swaying from side to side, or just simply hug your knees into the chest. And then coming into our Shavasana, closing down the eyes, taking the legs out long, feet falling out to the sides, hands away from the body, palms facing up. And as heavy as you felt at the start, try to come back into that feeling. Completely sinking down into the ground, supported by your mat. Starting to make our way out of our Shavasana, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers. Bringing that movement all the way up into our ankles, into our wrists, wiggling the legs, shaking them from side to side, all the way up to the arms, big stretch. Bend up the knees, roll over to one side, come all the way up to seating. Eyes still closed, hands onto your thighs, palms facing up. Take 3 big inhales and 3 big exhales, maybe with a big sigh. Really nice. Take the hands to heart center, bow the chin to the chest, thumbs to the third eye. Really, really good job. Working that hamstring stretching is never going to be easy. There's lots of other stretches for the hamstrings, particularly in your members area, so you can always check those out as well. Coming to the end of our class, taking the hands away from the eyes and blinking the eyes open.